Alright, then people, it's me, 𝕼𝖊𝖍𝖊𝖓𝖍𝕍𝖊𝖰 here, and today, hey, I'm following up on my video of the problems with infection who's with sort of sequel, but don't worry, this is basically like, I don't know, the the third movie that takes place before the second film of this kind of thing. And, and so today, I will, or it's just going to be the second part of this video series. But today I'm going to talk about how can you write an /story that you can make your own or story of your own. But before you watch this video, go check out the previous video that I talk about the problems with these /stories and how that the third video of this trilogy, how to fix them, will help. So yeah, go check out the first video and come back to watch this one. So let's begin with the video. You need to do things differently from other infection news or stories. Well, yes, as I'll say it again, like, you need to find out what's your story going to be about and what this hellhole of a universe that you created will be like. Many stories really delve into the idea of the undead coming back to life so many times throughout the years, such as The Evil Dead, The Walking Dead, and so many other zombie-themed movies. But what about media outside of the movies, like the Resident Evil series? Well, yes, they have different types of viruses, but what about other games like Prototype? Well, the virus can turn you into a mysterious monster, but it will grant you superpowers. But how in the world can you make an infection or a horror story featuring zombies be like monsters without using the tropes that you see throughout these infection? So how can you start with your story? First off, you need to come up with a setting, the plot, the characters, and how in the world did this world that you created became the hellhole running by zombies and a virus. And then there's the other thing that you need to name your virus. And other things. Don't make it like the typical infection thing, like it's a mysterious virus, whereas its origins are unknown, and other kind of things. And instead, that you should give details. It was like so many scientists try to figure it out what it is and how it works. Like, show the effects of the virus taking over people's bodies in the most gruesome ways possible. Well, not like the 4 stages, just that most infection show. Like, show the body going through a metamorphosis instead of, showing the stages just out. And then there's the thing that most infection do not show, but you need to do differently, is that showing the characters of this world struggling and suffering throughout this hell hole. Well, like, imagine that you're a protagonist of the story. He's just your average day kid, but now stuck in this hell. Oh, trying to find hope in this world, but he started to lose his faith in humanity and his insanity. But even though he has to kill innocent people who are now infected and turn into zombie-like monsters, he needs to try to keep his humanity intact instead of showing it off like it's an MMORPG and stuff. And then give some development to the other characters of the story, read their struggles and their morality. Like say that you create a character similar to Negan who's living life in this hell, even though he's just a human, zombies, bees, or something else. Thinks that he's less human, but more of a monster. In other words, he is a threat to the zombies, just like how the zombies are a threat to the survivors. Or stuff. Then you need to do is emotional depths of the characters. Most zombie movies show depths of characters that most of us cared about since we spent time with them. Show those depths off as an impact of the story. Don't do it like, say, just killed up a random person and just go with it. Instead, develop the character to connect with the audience. And many people will love the character. Instead of, killing him off easily and stuff. And finally, if you want your virus to be a threat to humanity as possible, show them how dangerous this virus can be. Like, show them the origins of the virus and how does it infect the human body, the psyche, or the mental health of the individual. Like show some creepy tapes, recordings, or videos left behind by these scientists or anyone who's working on the virus by studying it. It shows the patient zero. Like show patient zero as a threat to humanity in many other ways. Like treat him like a threat instead of just a typical zombie boss. But there's one thing that most infection they use kind of like miss the point of making a zombie theme or an affection is that there's hope. Like give the characters a reason to fight. Like most of the time, people are asking the question in these zombie shows, movies, or comic books. Is there hope left? Like, give your characters a reason to fight and try and survive the zombie world. Like, give your protagonist or your cast the reason to fight. Instead of, try to survive and not try to get infected. Well, yes, it's basically the key point of a zombie story or an infection, but trying to have them do something like, say, they saved young kids and they took them with them to find hope in this world. And probably if you want to set up a sequel featuring them, then show the bond that the main character in the cast has with them. To show that even in this world, all of hell, there's still hope for the world and hoping for a cure to end the virus once and for all. And so many other things. And finally, if you want to have a dark ending or a good ending to your story, if you want to have the dark ending, you will show that the main characters of your story failed to find a cure, and they end up getting eaten and getting infected, ending the human race forever. But if you get to do a good ending, that the remaining survivors, including the protagonist of the story, found a cure or and spread this cure to the whole world, making sure the virus doesn't come back again. But Patient Zero shows up to try to kill everyone. It is up for the protagonist to make sure that the two kids that he saved, who saved him from his despair and loss of faith and hope, sacrifice himself to end Patient Zero and the virus once and for all. And it will be an emotional event because the virus is now gone. It will never come back again. Or does it? Setting up a sequel to your infection style story, but making sure that it's not like a retrend of the story you made. So yeah, that's basically how you will do to write an infection in you or a zombie story. What do you think about this video? Leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys in the third part of this trilogy. This is 𝕽𝖈𝖍𝖼𝖊𝖓𝖊𝖰𝖍𝖊𝖰 here, signing out. Peace.